baseball on the outside corner. He rings him up just like that. 3 up and 3 down. We're headed to the bottom of the 5th. If you're looking for good baseball, Texarkana's the place to be. Good evening and welcome to Texarkana Game Day, where we are on the Grove side of I-30. I'm Brian Bolt, joined today by Jay Davis, the one and only biggest PG fan in town. Jay, how's it going?
I don't know about biggest, but I definitely am a black and gold alumni of these Pleasant Grove Hawks, and excited to see these guys play tonight. You know, last night we had a little postponement due to a little water falling out of the air, but today it's a little breezy, 57 degrees and sunny, so we've got some baseball weather.
Yeah, and so the 4-4 visiting Pittsburg Pirates come to town. This is the first district game of the year for the PG Hawks, and PG, they come in today with a record of 3-4. Again, this is their first district game in the, I believe, 15-4A. Is that correct?
I believe that's what we are this year, and look forward to them having a strong district outing today. You know, I think the Pirates are going to be able to hang tight with them, but I'm really excited to see what this Pleasant Grove team can do as far as, you know, getting runs on the board.
And so, speaking of the Pleasant Grove Hawks, they are the reigning 2021 state champions. Jay, you followed them a lot last year. Tell us a little bit about last year's team.
Well, last year's team was definitely interesting to watch. They really didn't have just that power ace pitcher, and so they really had to, you know, sort of scramble at times to be able to put together some wins. But it was fun seeing them stay in for each other throughout the whole game, even though they were down. There were quite a few playoff games that, you know, going into the last few innings, you know, they were actually behind and were able to pull those games out.
Yeah, and so tonight's game being brought to you by State Bank, your local bank for all of your personal and business banking needs. Visit statebankofdcab.com or stop by any of their various locations. State Bank, your family, your bank. Jay, what do you know about State Bank as well?
Well, I work there, so I would like to say I know a lot. We've got a great team there, and it's been fun to support Texarkana Game Day, and more importantly, you know, getting these kids the opportunity to have friends and family that can't make it to the game to be able to watch these games and sort of, you know, allow the student athletes also to have some time in front of the camera. You know, we've got the opportunity to go and interview some of these young men, and it prepares them for the next level, whether it be, you know, in a college, you know, environment in sports, or just, you know, doing an interview for a job.
Yeah, and so the PG Hawks coming into tonight, like we said, 3-4, the first district game for them. The Hawks are led again this year by Coach Riley Fincher. We're going to pause for just a second to have our national anthem, and then we will be back with more game day action right here with Texarkana Game Day live from Pleasant Grove. All right, and so we're back here after the national anthem where the visiting Pittsburg Pirates get ready to take on your hometown Pleasant Grove Hawks. Brian Bolt along with Jay Davis live here at Hawk Field, home of the reigning state champions. And so, again, tonight's game being brought to you in part by State Bank. Go visit statebankofdecab.com or stop by any of their locations. State Bank, your family, your bank. And so, Jay, it's 55 degrees with about a 5-mile-an-hour wind. I think it's gusting a little more than that, and it is blowing out of the ballpark. So if you get one high and deep, it may carry on out over the big green wall that reads 360 in center field.
Well, and Pleasant Grove does have two players that have already hit home runs. I know Brock Bearden hit one in a scrimmage, and so I would expect that he would have the power to be able to easily take this one out. And then we've also got Josh Brown has also taken 1 yard so far in the game. So there's a couple of players on this team that I think has the stroke to be able to get this out of the park. So with the wind blowing the way it is, I could definitely see one going out tonight.
Number 18, Blake Jennings, the ace for the Hawks, will be on the mound tonight for this opening district game. Josh Brown, he'll be behind the plate for the Hawks. And so Traveler Couch, Blake Jennings, J.M. Long, Brenton Clark, Brock Bearden, and Alex Galvin returning from last year. But some new names going to be on the field tonight. Josh Brown, Jarrett Halter, Cade McFadden, and Cade Martin. So look for those new names that'll be on the field this year. And so we're awaiting the first pitch from Jennings to number 8, B.B. Bolton. First pitch going to be a breaking ball down for ball number 1.
Yeah, Blake Jennings along with Alex Galvin have already committed to Henderson State for their college baseball career.
So Blake on the mound, the ace for the Hawks, fires his first fastball of the night, belt high for strike number 1. Going to even up the count, 1 ball and 1 strike to Bolton, the leadoff man for the Pirates tonight. The 1-1 pitch, it's a fastball, belt high, going to be lifted out into center field. Brock Bearden under that one, and he'll make easy work for the first out of the ball game. B.B. Bolton retired out to center field, and that'll bring up number 5, Ty Price.
Number 5, shortstop, Ty Price.
So nice work right there by Jennings. 1 off-speed pitch, 2 fastballs. And with 3 pitches down, he retires the first batter of the ball game. Going to bring up shortstop Ty Price for the Pirates. First pitch to Price, a fastball. Knee high, but a little outside for ball number 1. A cool night or afternoon here on the north side of I-30 here at Hawk Field. This one going to be on the ground to shortstop Brenton Clark. He fires across the diamond, and that'll be out number 2.
And that call at first base was from Bob Brueggemann, our mayor of Texarkana, Texas.
That's right. That's right. I don't know if we need to tell everybody that live on the air.
Well, when he gets a call right.
That's right. That's right. That is
we'll
right.
We'll give him a shout-out.
So the 3-hole hitter, number 11, Jax Ramsey, steps up from the left side of the box.
Yeah, Ramsey's got some size on him.
Yeah, he's a big kid. We don't want to let him get one up. And so, of course, exactly what we expected. They're wanting to keep it down in the zone, and the first one going to be a little low for ball number 1.
And right field is a little bit shorter at 310. Left field's at 320, and deep center is right at 360 feet here.
Blake Jennings' second pitch, a fastball, and it's on the ground. Going to be right back up the middle for the first hit of the ball game. That's number 11, Jax Ramsey, the 3-hole hitter for the Pirates. And so shake off all those butterflies. First hit of the ball game given up there by Jennings. And so now we're going to see him relax a little bit and get in a groove. Going to bring up the 4th hitter of the night for the Pirates. That's number 3, Dalton Hall.
I would imagine Jennings not going to let him get too far off first base.
Jennings, a breaking ball right across the knees for strike number 1. Ramsey stands on first base. 2 outs here in the top of the first. Blake Jennings on the mound for the Hawks. Another breaking ball falls right in there again. Same pitch, same spot, same result. Strike number 2. No balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, Traveler Couch is over there covering first base for Pleasant Grove, and he is a very, very passionate Pleasant Grove Hawk baseball player.
The 0-2 pitch from Jennings to the plate. Another breaking ball. This one's going to be dribbled out to the pitcher. He'll scoop it up and over to first base. And so 1 man left on, 1 hit, and no run scored here in the top of the first inning. This is Texarkana Baseball. We'll be right back with words from our sponsors. Welcome back to the Grove. Brian Bolt and Jay Davis bringing you Texarkana Game Day Baseball as your hometown Pleasant Grove Hawks take on the Pirates from Pittsburg in their first district game of the year.
Well, Pittsburg left 1 runner on, and Pleasant Grove was able to get out of the inning without any runs put on the board. So I know Pleasant Grove fans are glad to get that half inning out of the way and hopefully produce a couple of runs here in the bottom of the first.
Tonight's ball game being brought to you in part by Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital. With their experienced physicians and great personal care, Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital is your superior choice for minor and major emergency needs. Stop by and see Dr. Young and his great staff, or give them a call at 903-838-8000. Real care, real convenience, real capabilities. So as we head to the bottom of the first inning, that's going to bring up number 6, Alex Galvin. He's going to take the first fastball chest high for ball number 1.
Yeah, Alex has been a very, very crucial part of this Pleasant Grove team for the past 3 years, and actually got called up for the actual playoffs his freshman year as well.
So he takes the second one for strike number 1. Going to even up the count, 1 ball and 1 strike to right fielder Alex Galvin. The 1-1 pitch, a fastball, a little high for ball number 2. 2 balls and 1 strike to Galvin. Galvin, a great player for the Hawks. A really good athlete. This one going to be swung on, and it's getting down quick, and it will drop. He's headed for second base. He may be headed for more. The coach is waving him, and the first hit for the Hawks tonight is going to be a triple by leadoff man Alex Galvin.
Yeah, Alex's speed is what was able to enable him to get to third base. But when it comes to speed, I want to point out that Brock Bearden, who's coming up to bat here, ran a laser time 60-yard dash at 6.56 seconds. I also run the 60 in that, but I only get about 38 yards down the track.
I don't know. I really don't believe you can make it 38 yards in 6 seconds.
Let's time that.
But in your defense, I don't think I would get much further either. So Brock Beard, number 28, he's the center fielder for the Hawks tonight. He'll step up to the plate, and he'll take the first one right at the knees for strike number 1. Galvin, the leadoff triple, stands on third. This one going to be back up the middle for a base hit, and that'll score the first run of the night for PG. And so just like that, back-to-back hits to lead off the game for the defending state champs.
Yeah, Brock's been racking up RBIs this year, and he gets another one here tonight.
Number 2, Brenton Clark with some nice walk-up tunes. I remember that one from my high school days. He's going back a little old school there. It's not real old school, but it's old school to them. Brenton Clark will step up to the plate. Brock Bearden on first base, and that one's going to be fouled right at Traveler Couch over there in the on-deck circle. And thank goodness he was paying attention.
Well, Brenton is only a sophomore for this Pleasant Grove team, but he is actually committed to Arkansas for baseball already.
Well, we always like getting good athletes. And he lays down a beautiful bunt, going to advance the runner, and he will get there. The third baseman, Graham, he bobbled it when he came up with the ball, trying to get the transfer from his glove, trying to get it out and make a throw over to first, and just could not handle it. But as you said, Brenton Clark, his speed, even if Graham would have fielded that cleanly, I'm not sure he would have gotten Clark out at first base. So with no outs, PG's got a runner on first and second. Traveler Couch squares around a bunt but cannot get it down. This one going to be a pass ball. John Cummings throws at Dallas Hall, the catcher for the Pirates. Could not quite hold on to that one. Both runners will advance. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Traveler Couch. 4-hole hitter for the Hawks tonight. He was trying to lay down the bunt. Now the runner's in scoring position. Coach is going to give him the signal to swing away. Two balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, that pitch was a little high, but it did have a little heat on it.
Cummins to the plate. This one going to be fouled over the backstop for strike number 2. Going to bring our count 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, that was fouled right over the fence of knowledge.
The 2-2 pitch. It's a breaking ball low and inside.
And I think he did a good job there fighting that off just so he could possibly have his pitch come down the pipe.
This one right here going to be lifted out into shallow left field, but the shortstop, Ty Price, will get under that one for out number 1. Traveler Couch not able to advance the runners. But 28, Brock Bearden stands on third base. Number 2, Brenton Clark on second. 1 run already scored by the Hawks here in the bottom of the first. That'll bring up number 7, J.M. Long. First fastball to J.M. He's going to hit it right back to the pitcher. He'll pick it up, and now there's going to be a rundown between home and third. And the ball is going to be dropped. He bobbled the ball. The tag was made on number 28, Brock Bearden, but the ball came out. So he's going to be called safe at home. Brenton Clark will advance to third base, and so just like that, a hit right back to the pitcher, and they're going to score a run on it.
Yeah, Brenton Clark was a little more aggressive than what I think Coach wanted on that to put Brock in that rundown situation, but Brock was very, very patient and was able to get the opportunity to get past the ball.
Number 21, Cade Martin, steps up to the plate, and he'll swing at the first pitch that he sees and drives it over the first base dugout for strike number 1.
Yeah, Cade is another sophomore that's going to make an impact to this Pleasant Grove team this year as a starter.
So 1 out here in the bottom of the first. This one going to be driven right to the shortstop. It was 2 outs. That's going to be out number 3. And so 2 hits, 1 runner left on, and 2-run score for Pleasant Grove here in the bottom of the first. They lead 2-0. We'll be back with more Game Day Baseball.
We are excited to announce here at Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital that we have expanded our capabilities to better serve our community. As a hospital, we have the capability for inpatient services. After your outstanding emergency care, we can smoothly transition you into one of our new inpatient rooms that have telemetry monitors in every room to continue your concierge medicine care. While our patients continue receiving their care in their inpatient suites, we also make sure that your loved ones are taken care of with our outstanding facilities. Our added services include a procedure room and also the capability of MRIs. With our imaging, we are able to offer outpatient, inpatient, and emergency room, MRI, CT, ultrasound, and X-ray. We are honored by your support and look forward to serving all your future medical needs.
Welcome back to Pleasant Grove, home of the defending state champions, the Pleasant Grove Hawks. We're entering the second inning of this ball game, the first district game for the Hawks. And number 7, John Cummings, who is the pitcher tonight for the Pirates, will step up to the plate. First pitch going to be low and inside for ball number 1. Blake Jennings still on the mound for the Pirates. The 0-1 pitch right at the knees, and this one's going to get through for a base hit. John Cummings going to drive one right between the shortstop and the third baseman. That's Clark and Long. Neither one of those guys could get to that one.
Yeah, I wish I would have been brave enough to share what I was thinking, in that Pleasant Grove was definitely giving up that left side.
Yes, sir, they sure were. So that's going to bring up number 12, Landon Graham. He's a big kid. Got a runner standing on first base. Blake Jennings still on the mound for the Hawks. Josh Brown behind the plate. First pitch, a fastball. Called strike number 1. Nice pitch, knee high by Jennings.
Yeah, what's unique about this district setup is that each of these teams actually will play each other 3 times. So Pleasant Grove and Pittsburg, we're going to have the opportunity to play each other 3 times.
And so that one going to be bunted right down the first base line. That one was bunted pretty hard. It rolled all the way to first base. And Traveler Couch was going to field that and get the quick out at first base, but it just rolled outside the line, and so that'll be strike number 2. No balls and 2 strikes to Graham. Blake Jennings, a fastball, a little high for ball number 1. Jennings, the Henderson commit, on the mound for the Hawks.
And that was a pitch just thrown out there to see if he could get him to swing at it.
So the wind still blowing toward the outfield fence here at Hawk Field. We haven't seen anything deep, but a couple nice base hits by both teams so far. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Landon Graham, the third baseman for the Pirates. This one going to be driven out into the outfield. And speaking of base hits, there's another one. And they're going to wave the runner around. He'll go from first all the way to third. It'll be cut off. No one else will advance, but a nice job there to sit back and push that ball right across the first base line and into the outfield for the second base hit of the inning for the Pirates.
For second baseman Landon Huggins.
And so number 4, Landon Huggins, will step up to the plate. Runner on first and third for the Pirates. The Hawks still lead 2-0 here in the top of the second. But a nice job by the Pirates to battle back here. 1 runner in scoring position. Blake Jennings, breaking ball right across the knees for strike number 1.
Yeah, these were the type of scenarios that Pleasant Grove did a very good job with last year. Even though they would put some runners on, they were able to get out of innings.
Blake Jennings, a good pitcher, arguably their best pitcher for the Hawks this year on the mound, and so he looks calm and collected. Everyone else does as well. Playing on the back of the dirt, no one is worried about that runner there on third. So 1 ball and 1 strike to number 4, the second baseman, Huggins. So that one going to be fouled right over the backstop and hits one of the light poles, and
And
down into the
that's
stands.
one more reason why you need to watch the game and not be on your phone.
That's right. That's right. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Huggins. Jennings to the plate, a breaking ball. This one's going to be driven into the outfield, and the first run will be scored for the Pirates. Nice piece of hitting right there, and Coach Fincher not happy with Blake Jennings. Blake threw an off-speed pitch there. It hung up a little bit. Huggins took advantage of that and drove it right over Brenton Clark's head out into left field. So that'll score 1. PG still leads 2-1 here in the top of the second. That's going to bring up Christian Bates. First pitch to him, fastball outside for ball number 1.
Yeah, Coach Riley did make the call to send someone to the bullpen, so we're going to see a little maybe a different hand in the next inning or so.
Runner on first to second for the Pirates. Here's a fastball. It's belt high, but it's outside for ball number 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Here to Christian Bates, the designated hitter for Pittsburgh. Again, Brian Bolton, Jay Davis bringing you some of our first baseball action of the year here from Hawk Field on the beautiful campus of Pleasant Grove, home of the defending state champions. Coach Fincher going to go out and visit with his pitcher. And so speaking of state champions, it was a pretty fun ride for them last year. They played some crosstown rivals in the semifinals, and it was a really big deal for Texarkana. And from being a PG fan, Jay, how did it feel last year seeing all of the hype that was built up around the Hawks baseball team and how good they actually were?
Well, I think the fact that Liberty Ilo being as strong as they were and being the district champions allowed that to be such a great week of baseball. And with already watching Liberty Ilo at least once this year, I think we're going to be able to have that same type of atmosphere with both of those teams being at the top of the district. And so, it's going to come down to that. Are you going to play a 1-game series? You're going to play a 3-game series, to be able to advance. And both teams, are going to be, ready for each other. And once again, like I shared, they will play each other 3 times just in this regular season, with 2 of the games being played here at Pleasant Grove and 1 at Liberty Ilo.
And so this pitch is going to be lifted out in the right field. Alex Galvin will make the catch. And he will come in with guns firing, slings it into the cutoff man quickly. And so the runners will not advance. A good job there by Blake Jennings battling back, having 3 balls and no strikes to Christian Bates. He battles back to a full count and then gets him to fly out to Alex Galvin for the first out of the inning. So a runner on first and second. That's going to bring up Drew Lawton. He is the left fielder tonight, wearing number 9 for the Pirates. First one in there for strike number 1. Second fastball going to be high. Lawton will hold off of that one for ball number 1. Going to even up the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. This one right down the middle, but too fast for Lawton. He'll swing and he'll miss. That's strike number 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Drew Lawton. Blake Jennings, the 1-2 pitch. A nice off-speed pitch swung on and fouled over the backstop. So our count will stay at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Runners on first and second, 1 out. Jennings to the plate, the 1-2 pitch. It's a nice one. There's no swing, but he's going to head back to the dugout, rung up for out number 2 of the second inning.
And that's going to be a good confidence builder to be able to, get Jennings out of this inning, just knowing that he was able to get a K on the board.
And so 2 quick outs by Jennings, and Coach Fincher will send someone to the dugout and let them know, hey, hold off for just a second. Jennings has got something working. A breaking ball here that doesn't quite break, and it'll be in there for ball number 1. Runner still on first and second for the Pirates. 2 outs, and the leadoff man, B.B. Bolton.
Yeah, Aiden Murray was the one who got the call to go out to the bullpen, and I'm jealous of his hair.
I think you look good with hair like that.
Well, you know.
Why don't you grow it out and see?
I'd have to get permission from my lovely spouse.
So a breaking ball there, not quite breaking. We've seen Jennings have a problem with that so far here in this ball game. Getting a lot of spin on the ball, but it's just not quite spinning enough for him to break in there. His fastball has worked well for him, but he's not quite getting the break out of that curveball that he's wanting, and so it hangs high for ball number 2.
And I think Jennings, if he could add his changeup in there tonight, I think he could get away with just those 2 pitches. But, you know, having that off-speed pitch can definitely keep those fastball hitters on their heels.
So that one in there for a strike to the leadoff man, B.B. Bolton. Jennings to the plate, a fastball going to be swung on and fouled to the backstop. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the leadoff center fielder for Pittsburgh. The sun finally dropping down below the pine trees here at Hawk Field. Jay Davis and Brian Bolt on the call tonight for you with Texarkana Game Day. The wind looks like it's trying to settle down. The 2-2 pitch from Jennings going to be low for ball number 3.
Another ball here, and John Cummings is going to have ducks on the pond.
So another ball here, and we may see someone trot back to the bullpen. Here's a breaking ball, and that's going to be ball number 4. And he will trot down to first base, and with 2 outs, the bases are loaded.
And that's going to be Ty Price coming up to bat, not Mr. Cummings.
So shortstop, number 5, Ty Price, steps in, and all men will be running with the crack of the bat. Bases loaded here for the Pirates in the top of the 2nd. The Hawks still lead 2-1. First pitch to him, going to be low for ball number 1.
Josh tried to do a good job there framing that one up, but just didn't quite get that call.
Price 1 hit already tonight in the ball game. A good athlete Price is. He's a shortstop for the Pirates. A breaking ball. Therefore, strike number 1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Price. Blake Jennings on the mound for the Hawks. Here's a 1-1 pitch. It's going to be right back to Jennings. He'll scoop it up and over to Traveler Couch for out number 3. And so 2 hits, 3 men left on, and 1 run scored here in the top of the 2nd. But we're headed back for more actions. The Hawks are headed to bat right here at Hawk Field.
Providing excellent customer service while keeping everyone safe is a top priority here at State Bank. We are making your banking experience safer and easier with our new curbside banking program. Almost anything you need to do inside the branch can now be accomplished with curbside banking. Need to open an account, pick up a debit card, or hands-on help with mobile banking? Just pull into a designated curbside spot, call the number on the sign, and a State Bank team member will come assist you quickly. We are excited to bring you this convenience and are thankful to serve you. Your family, your bank, State Bank.
Are you ready? It's time for some Texarkana Game Day baseball. Fastball on the outside corner. He rings him up just like that. 3 up and 3 down. We're headed to the bottom of the 5th. If you're looking for good baseball, Texarkana's the place to be.
So we're back here at Hawk Field, and we apologize for the delay, but there was 2 pitches thrown to Blake Jennings, the first one for a ball, and then he hits a dribbler right back up the middle, and I mean, it skipped right across second base. The shortstop thought the second baseman was getting it, and the second baseman thought the shortstop was getting it, and so nobody got it, and it rolled out into center field, and that'll go down as a hit for Blake Jennings. That's going to bring up number 4, Jarrett Halter. He's a freshman, and he's going to take one off the fingers for strike number 1. He squares around a bunt, Halter. And not sure what he said is hope we didn't have a
Well, when you have 50-degree weather and your hand is on an aluminum something or fiberglass or whatever composite he is swinging over there, and your ball gets trapped between that, or your hand gets trapped between that and the ball, that hurts.
I didn't say it wasn't justified. Just hope we didn't have a camera zoomed in on him. So no balls and 1 strike to Halter. Halter, a freshman who played a lot of football this year as the quarterback for the Hawks. Jay,
and
tell us a little bit more about that.
And was instrumental keeping the Hawks going each and every game. Coming off the bench, basically in football, after a quarterback got hurt for Pleasant Grove, and did a great job as a freshman coming in with a lot of pressure on his shoulders.
And speaking of a great job, he comes in as a freshman here on the baseball team. He's a starter this year for him, and then he takes one off the hand and then lays down a beautiful bunt down the first baseline to advance the runner. Blake Jennings over to second base, and so that'll be the first out of the inning, but a great job there by Jarrett Halter.
Well, I reached out to a baseball mom and asked for a couple of tidbits of the team, and it was shared that Josh is the biggest cheerleader, both in the dugout and the field, and if you can get that out of your catcher, that's always going to be a benefit to have him sort of keep things going, keep things a little light, and keep this team in there in these tight games.
And so speaking of Josh, that's number 3, Josh Brown, who is the catcher for the Hawks. He's up to the plate right now. He'll swing on at that one, and that'll go in the books as a strike. So Josh, a good-looking athlete, a great job so far here in the first district game behind the plate. Here's the pitch to him. It's going to be a breaking ball outside for ball number 2. We do not have a working scoreboard, so I do apologize. I'm trying my best to keep up with the count. I believe it's 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes as that one's fouled over the backstop here at Hawk Field.
Pittsburgh shortstop is doing his best keeping Jennings at least honest. That sure does leave a lot of room on that left-hand side.
Cummings to the plate. It's an off-speed pitch, and he's going to foul it off right over toward.
I'm appreciative of the netting that was up right then.
There's a big swing and a miss, and he'll go down on strikes for the first out of the inning. Blake Jennings still stands on second base. Excuse me, that'll be the second out. Jarrett Halter, he laid down a bunt and took an out over at first base, so 2 outs, and we'll head back up to the top of the lineup. Alex Galvin steps up to the plate. Tonight's broadcast being brought to you in part by Phone Pros, the best phone repair business voted on by Texarkana residents for 7 years running. Jay, if you got a cracked screen or battery problems, head on over to Phone Pros at 4116 Gibson Lane in Texarkana, Texas. And don't let Morgan take a look at it, but let the Phone Pros take a look.
Well, I had 3 cracked screens within about a 40-day period, and they fixed all 3 of them perfectly. It's just my ability to drop one every once in a while.
I understand.
Kept me being a returning customer.
I understand. So here's a fastball belt high for strike number 2 to Galvin. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Galvin, the leadoff hitter for the Hawks tonight. To the plate, here's one he's going to drive into the hole. Jennings will be waved around. Here's going to come a throw. There will be a play at the plate, but it's off the mark. No tag applied, and that'll be the 3rd run for the Hawks.
And Galvin's got some extra bases tonight. I believe that's going to give him 5 since he had a triple when he...
Yep, led off the game with a triple. He did slide and get his jersey dirty, but it should have been a stand-up triple. And scored the first run of the ball game, and then he'll score the first run here in the bottom of the 2nd as well. So the Hawks take a lead of 3-1 over the Pirates. Here's one going to be down into the outfield and center field. That's going to bring Galvin around to score. He didn't stay on second base very long. And that's number 28, Brock Bearden, who also had a hit in the first inning as well. So Brock Bearden and Alex Galvin both having phenomenal nights. Both of their chances at the plate, they take advantage of it. That's going to bring up number 2, the shortstop, Brenton Clark.
And that gives Brock his 2nd RBI of the night. And he just keeps adding on to this year's total.
First pitch going to be a fastball fouled over the PG dugout for strike number 1. So the Hawks up now 4-1.
Brock is off, but a foul ball is going to send him back to first base. Yeah, Brock's speed is definitely going to help this Pleasant Grove offense once he gets on the bases, because he's definitely going to be able to, whatever base he's on, that base is going to have to be covered, and going to leave a little room for those hitters to get that ball in play.
So here's one going to be swung on and fouled to the backstop by Brenton Clark. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Clark, the shortstop for the Hawks. We appreciate everybody for tuning in here on Texarkana Game Day. If you're just tuning in, a nice job of hitting here in the first 2 innings by the Hawks. They lead with a score of 4-2. The runner is off. Yeah, number 28, Brock Bearden, will be safe at second base.
Yeah, even if the catcher had been able to pick that clean, I think Brock would have easily been in there safe with a steal.
Here's the pitch. It's going to be high for ball number 3.
And any hit in the outfield should score Bearden, because they're not holding him on second at all.
So Brenton Clark, this one going to be through the gap, and here he comes. Brock Bearden, he's around third base. There's going to be a throw, but it'll be cut off. And he will actually, I know no one from the visiting team can hear what I'm about to say, but he actually stumbled and completely missed the plate.
Number 10,
And
first
so
baseman, Traveler Couch.
the umpire was standing right there and kind of looked astonished that he didn't come back and touch it. But nonetheless, it'll go on the scoreboard. And after this pitch, there's nothing anyone can do about it. Traveler Couch at the plate. This one going to be swung on and fouled over the backstop.
In his defense, I do think that the plate needs to be brushed.
Well, it does need to be brushed. I don't think that made him trip over it, though. Here's the second pitch to number 10, Traveler Couch. So Brenton Clark stands at first base.
A lot of room on that right side.
Traveler Couch. Here goes Clark. He's down to second base. And he's going to be called out at second base. And so 2 hits, 1-run score, 2-run score, and 1 man left on for the Hawks. We're headed to the top of the third. And the Hawks, let's see they're going to keep Jennings out on the mound for the Hawks. And so we'll be back after these messages from some of our sponsors.
If you're thinking of building or remodeling, start your project with Red River Lumber and the Design Center. Our full-line lumber yards are stocked with the building materials you need for your project. The Design Center offers doors and windows, flooring, cabinetry, countertops, appliances, and more. And our team will help guide your project every step of the way. Take advantage of our custom kitchen design service. We'll help visualize your project with a 3D rendering of how your new space will look. Red River Lumber and the Design Center is proud to be a Day 1 sponsor of Texarkana Game Day.
Welcome back here to Hawk Field. Jay Davis and Brian Bolt bringing you some Pleasant Grove Hawk baseball tonight. Blake Jennings still on the mound for the Hawks. Hawks lead 4-1 over their district opponent, first district game of the year against the Pittsburg Pirates. So Blake Jennings he's back out on the mound for the 3rd inning here for the Hawks. 3 balls and no strikes here to the leadoff man of the inning, number 11, Jax Ramsey. That one going to be in there for strike number 1. So 3 balls and 1 strike.
And on a cool evening like this, you don't expect pitchers to go that deep into the game this early in the district. And Aiden Murray is back in the bullpen warming up, so this may be Jennings' last inning on the bump.
So that one knee high for strike number 2. 3 balls and 2 strikes. This one going to be outside, and he'll walk the leadoff man of the inning. Coach Fincher going to go have a talk to give his guy a little more time as Lefty, who's down in the bullpen, getting warmed up. Tonight's ball game being brought to you in part by Browning Homes. Looking to build on your land or interested in a new custom home in a great local neighborhood? Browning Homes can help. They currently have homes available in the beautiful Mallard Pond subdivision. Give Kevin Browning a call at 903-793-1739 to start your adventure towards your dream home today with Browning Homes. So we appreciate all of our sponsors tonight for Texarkana Game Day. Cantera, Dr. Pepper, Browning Homes, Express Employment, Kelly Ashbrook State Farm, Sports Magic, Livewire, Red River Lumber, Phone Pros, TXK Marketing, Complete Computing Systems, and Brian Bolt Shelter Insurance.
Well, when Riley Fincher came to Pleasant Grove, Mr. Jennings was in 4th grade. And he actually had most of these young men in his PE class.
So they didn't like that one very much, but that one right at the knees for a strike. So number 11, Ramsey, stands on first base. No outs here in the top of the 3rd. Big swing and a miss. And no throw down to first base. He will swing and be out for the first out. Here in the top of the 3rd, Blake Jennings still on the mound. Got some action down in the bullpen, but that's going to bring up number 7, John Cummings. The Hawks still lead 4-1 on our Commercial National Bank scoreboard. We appreciate Commercial National Bank being a sponsor each and every week for every sport for our scoreboard. And so that one will be thrown over to second base for the 2nd out of the inning, but a throw that was off the mark over to first, and so number 7, John Cummings, will be called safe.
Yeah, it took Jennings a little bit longer than he wanted to get the ball out of his glove and to the to the shortstop, and I think Mr. Clark really had to rush that throw because the batter definitely had the speed, and Brock was not able to make that play after the bounce, but did not advance the runner, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, good job by the Hawks to get the lead runner. So that'll be the second out of the inning. And just like you said, Brenton Clark tried to get it over there as quick as he could. And just off the mark just a little bit, but no harm, no foul. They keep the runner at first base. A good job by Josh Brown coming down the first base line to get that ball when it was skipped off to the fence. This one going to be lifted out into center field. Brock Bearden, he gets under it, and that'll be out number 3. And so one hit, one man left on, and no runs scored. Here in the top of the third, the Hawks leaded. They're leading. Listen, we don't have a scoreboard out here. We are trying our best to keep you updated. It is 5-1. 5-1 for everybody watching at home. And so the Hawks are headed to the dugout. They're going to come up to bat here in just a few moments and try to add some more to that scoreboard right here at Hawk Field, home of the Pleasant Grove Hawks, defending state champs.
A strong work ethic takes pride in a job well done. This is the kind of person you need. Express Employment Professionals can help because we understand what it takes to hire good people. It takes real people, real interviews. We find good people, matching the right skills for the right jobs. Express knows jobs. Get to know Express. Go to expresspros.com to find a location near you.
A shield against the elements. Comfort in the midst of chaos. Shelter in the aftermath of destruction. For 75 years, Shelter Insurance has remained true to our promise to be there when you need us most. This is the heartbeat of our company, our why. Shelter Insurance. For your auto, home, and life.
In Arkansas, see Brian Bolt for a free insurance review.
Welcome back. Bottom of the third here at Hawk Field. The Hawks lead 5-1 over the visiting Pittsburgh Pirates. Traveler Couch going to step up to the plate for the Hawks. Number 7, John Cummings, still on the mound for the Pirates. First one in the dirt for for ball number 1.
11-4.
Jay Davis and Brian Bolt on the call tonight from a chilly Hawk Field. Tonight's broadcast being brought to you in part by Gregor Auto Group. If you're in the market for a new auto, Gregor Auto Group is exceeding expectations from sales to service each and every day. Go visit the wide selection offered by Gregor Auto Group at gregorauto.com. Traveler Couch, he left that one knee high for strike number 2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah,
Couch.
Pittsburgh is not respecting his deep ball. Their infielders are playing a little shallow right now. Outfielders playing a little shallow.
So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Couch here in the top of the third. No outs. This one going to be swung on and fouled to the backstop. Or keep our count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. John Cummings still on the mound for the Pirates. Here's a 2-2 pitch from him. A fastball driven right back up the middle. Price will scoop it up and across the diamond. And a nice job by Jax Ramsey over at first base to stretch out, but just could not quite make the play. Would have been a great play by Price and Ramsey if they could have pulled that one off, but it just skips out of the glove of Ramsey over at first base. And so the leadoff man, Traveler Couch, will be safe at first. That's going to bring up number 7, J.M. Long.
Yeah, Couch looked good coming out of the batter's box and definitely forced.
Yeah, when you're fast down the line as an infielder and you feel like you have to rush, a lot of times your throws are just not quite on. And I think the way that Traveler was getting down that line, as you said, made the shortstop really try to hurry up there on the throw. So this one going to be fouled over the backstop by Long. Going to be 1 ball and 1 strike to third baseman J.M. Long. Cade Martin, the designated hitter, stands in the on-deck circle. This one going to be into the outfield, and it's over B.B. Bolton's head. All the runners are running. They're being waved around. They're going to send him home, and there will be no throw. They missed the cutoff man, and Traveler Couch will come all the way around from first base to score the 6th run of the ball game for the Hawks. J.M. Long scorching one out to the Red River Lumber sign in the outfield. And, man, those Hawks, when Coach may have to have rotator cuff surgery because he is waving that sucker around, and those guys are running.
There have definitely been some runners coming from both second and first base coming around to third. And it's always a good thing if you're rooting for that team.
So J.M. Long gets a stand-up double. Number 24, Cade Martin, he is the designated hitter for the Hawks tonight, will step up to the to the box. And so
he's also your Pleasant Grove punter.
Really? A good bit of information there. First pitch to him going to be low and outside for ball number 1. Pleasant Grove extends their lead 6-1 over the visiting Pittsburgh Pirates. So we appreciate everyone for tuning in here on Texarkana Game Day. Brian Bolton, Jay Davis here, bringing you baseball action from Hawk Field tonight. If you haven't done so yet, go over to the App Store and download the new Texarkana Game Day app. Texarkana Game Day has done a good job with the content of the app. You can keep up on all of your local high school athletics and news from around the area. And you can also watch these live broadcasts on the Texarkana Game Day app. That one's going to go between Bolton's legs and roll all the way to the Red River Credit Union sign. And that's going to bring J.M. Long around from second base to score the 7th run of the ball game for the Pirates. Designated hitter Cade Martin will come up with a hit here in the bottom of the 3rd. No outs, and he'll stand on second base. So it looks like we're going to have a meeting of the minds over at the mound. Doesn't look like anyone's coming out of the ball game, but we're going to stay with you for just a minute. And so, Jay Davis, so far we are watching the first ball game, or at least first district ball game of the year for the Hawks. What have you been impressed with so far?
Well, one of the things that I've been impressed with is something that I thought that Pleasant Grove would be able to do this year is score some runs. I do think that this is going to be a team that's going to put the ball in play a lot more than what I've seen the last few years. And I'm also excited to see maybe a little more strength out of the pitching role this year for Pleasant Grove.
Yeah, I mean, very impressive. The balls that they've put in play have not been to people. They've been hitting them in the gaps. They've been hitting them over people's heads, and they just a nice job tonight. You know, and sometimes it just happens like that, whether it's luck or it's or whatever it is. But a nice job so far tonight, at least here in the first 3 innings by the Hawks. They've just been hitting the ball into every gap on the field. And so a great job by PG tonight in the box. And so it's going to bring up our pitcher tonight, Blake Jennings, and on deck, that freshman we talked about earlier, Jarrett Halter.
Well, I think that Pittsburgh's definitely going to have to do something to sort of turn this momentum, because that 10-run rule always is lurking out there when you get to this scoring differential.
Blake Jennings squares around, and he'll lay one down the first baseline, and a great job by Jennings there to score the runner from third. And he put it far enough down the line that they were not going to get Cade Martin coming in from third. And so the Hawks extend their lead 8-1 over the visiting Pittsburgh Pirates. 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd, and Jarrett Halter will step up to the plate. You know, speaking of people with good hair,
Correct.
Jared Halter has
He
got
does.
some pretty good hair.
He does. He just has to wear that helmet, though. I think he's wearing it a little shorter now, though.
You know, when I coached baseball in Arkansas, the boys, the guys always told me that the girls love the curls.
Yeah.
And so, you know, those guys that got that curly hair like that, they grow it out. And they say it's for the girls. So I don't know if Jarrett's growing it out for that or he just doesn't like to get a haircut, but nonetheless, we're sure that his dad is proud of his nice hair.
Well, he gets it from his mom, by the way.
Well, I'm sure his dad's proud of him because I don't think his dad's got much left. Ooh, and that one going to hit, and the guy never saw it. It fouled into the parking lot and hit some guy's tire driving by. He never saw it. But 2 balls and 2 strikes to Halter. He's the 8-hole hitter. Cummins, the 2-2 pitch. A breaking ball swung on and popped up to the shortstop Huggins. He'll go back into shallow right field and retire Jarrett Halter there here in the bottom of the 3rd. Good to see Halter not favoring that hand any after he took a foul ball off the hand last inning. And then he turned around and laid down a great bunt. So he pops out there for the 2nd out of the inning. That's going to bring up the 9-hole hitter, Josh Brown. Josh Brown going to swing at the first fastball he sees. Going to be fouled over the backstop for strike number 1. Second pitch to Brown, a fastball, going to be too high for ball number 1. Going to even up our count, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, even though it's a chilly night, it's definitely good to see the crowd that showed up.
Having a discussion behind the scenes on what the score is. We have no scoreboard here. We do apologize. We are doing our best to keep up with everything here.
But the Hawks do have a runner on base now.
Yeah, and so the coach for the Pirates going to come out, and I believe he's going to make a pitch and change now. This is 2nd time out, and so they are going to make a pitch and change. We're going to take a short break here so that we can get some more commercials to you for all of these great sponsors that we have here with Texarkana Game Day. So we'll take a short break, and after this pitch and change, we'll be back with more baseball right here from Hawk Field.
Commercial services, electrical panel installation, circuit breaker installation, led by Master Technician Jay Strickland, and multiple specialty services.
Yeah, it sounds crazy, but you can get paid to swipe your debit card. Visit one of Texana Bank's locations for more details. Come see what the Texana experience is all about. Texana Bank, here today, here tomorrow.
So welcome back here to Hawk Field. Brian Bolton, Jay Davis, along with multiple cameramen and half of a producer here. We're live here at Hawk Field, home of the defending state champs, the Pleasant Grove Hawks, where they lead 8-1 in their first district matchup of the year. And so we were talking about Halter just a minute ago, and I think his family is at home watching. And speaking of his dad, Frank Halter, tonight's game is brought to you in part by Texana Bank. Texana Bank is your hometown bank built on a solid foundation, weathering each and every storm for over 100 years. Family owned and locally operated, and here to serve you and your family for 100 more. For all of your banking needs, visit Texana Bank. Here today, here tomorrow. So we appreciate all of our sponsors with Texarkana Game Day that makes this possible for us to bring you local high school athletic events. This athletic event, looks like number 5, the shortstop, Ty Price, will come in to pitch.
And Aiden Murray actually came in to run for Josh Brown.
So Murray stands on first base. Number 6, the leadoff man, Alex Galvin, at the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike to Galvin. Galvin has had a heck of a night so far tonight. His first at bat, he hits a triple, and then his second at bat, he hits a double. Scored on both of those. Nice piece of hitting by Galvin tonight, so we'll see what he does his third time at the plate. He's going to take that third pitch for strike number 2, so 1 ball and 2 strikes. So the leadoff man playing out in right field tonight for the Hawks, Alex Galvin.
Yeah, with Aiden coming in to take Josh's place there just so he can get the catcher gear back on, leads me to believe that Jennings is going to be done for the night, and Aiden will probably come in next to pitch.
So we shall see what Coach Fincher has got up his sleeve over there for the Hawks. They've got a hefty lead right now here in the bottom of the third. Runner goes. There will be no throw. Murray safe at second base. That pumps up the dugout.
There's the runner for the Hawks, number 15, Aiden Murray.
So Price on the mound for the Pirates. The 2-2 pitch to the plate to Galvin. Going to be low and inside for ball number 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Galvin. Murray stands on second base. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. A payoff pitch to the plate. It's right down the middle. Swung on and missed. And so a big inning here for the Hawks as they extend their lead 8-1 over the Pirates. They leave 1 man on base, but we're coming back. It looks like Blake Jennings will return to the mound for the Hawks, and so we'll be back with the top of the 4th. See how Jennings takes the ball and gives it to the Pirates.
Are you ready? It's time for some Texarkana Game Day baseball. Fastball on the outside corner. He rings him up just like that. 3 up and 3 down. We're headed to the bottom of the 5th. If you're looking for good baseball, Texarkana's the place to be.
A strong work ethic takes pride in a job well done. This is the kind of person you need. Express Employment Professionals can help because we understand what it takes to hire good people. It takes real people, real interviews. We find good people, matching the right skills for the right jobs. Express knows jobs. Get to know Express. Go to expresspros.com to find a location near you.
Welcome back to Hawk Field. We are live, Texarkana Game Day, bringing you some PG Hawk baseball where they lead 8-1 as we enter the top of the 4th inning. Blake Jennings on the mound for the Hawks. And his first pitch going to be knee high but a little outside for ball number 1. It's going to bring to the plate. Let's see, looks like we got some new people in the ball game. That's number 4. That is Landon Huggins. And he will be retired. So Landon Huggins, he hits one to second base. Jared Halter will sling it over to first base, and he keeps his foot on the bag for out number 1. That's going to bring up number 16, Christian Bates, the designated hitter.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's going to need to start chipping away at this lead to keep this game close, to have a chance to make it a game.
So Huggins, the designated hitter, he's walked once and grounded out once tonight. This one's going to be popped up and over the backstop. Tonight's game being brought to you by TXK Marketing. For all of your small and medium business marketing needs, call TXK Marketing in Texarkana. TXK Marketing is locally owned and operated and can provide marketing plans, digital and graphic marketing, and they are Google and Apple certified. Give them a call for all of your marketing needs at 903-824-3293. And so that one going to be fouled off again. No balls and 2 strikes. Here to the designated hitter. This one going to be lifted into the outfield, and a diving Caden McFadden can't quite get there, and so it'll roll all the way to the fence. And Jay, that big man can move. Wow. Christian Bates, the designated hitter, he hits one all the way to the warning track. And, man, he was, when I looked up, he was already at second base.
And if he hadn't been moving, Brock had a chance of throwing him from the warning track to second base with no hop.
Yeah, a nice job there by Bearden. Cade McFadden trying to make a play there, just couldn't quite get the glove to it. He laid out. And so Brock Bearden there to help him out. And here's going to be a bunt laid down. This one will go over to first base for the out. But that will advance the runner, Bates, over to third. So a nice job there by Jennings.
Number 6, center fielder, B.B. Bolton.
And so 2 outs. Here in the top of the 4th inning, Blake Jennings still on the mound for the Hawks. They lead 8-1 over the visiting Pittsburgh Pirates. A nice job there by Josh Brown to keep a run from scoring. That ball spiked into the dirt by Jennings. Josh Brown did a great job taking that one off the chest protector to keep a run from scoring. It's going to bring up the leadoff hitter, number 6, B.B. Bolton. He's had 1 hit and 1 ground out tonight. Second pitch to him, going to be outside for ball number 2. So 2 balls and no strikes to Bolton. Here's the pitch, a breaking ball. It's going to be just a little inside for ball number 3. So 3 balls and no strikes.
Yeah, Jennings was asking for some clarification on whether that was a little inside or not.
Here's a pitch right down the middle. Going to be called for strike number 1. 3 balls and 1 strike to Bolton. 2 outs and a runner on third.
Jennings just wanted to know where to throw it.
Jennings throws this one right down the middle, and it's scorched. Out to right field and off the glove of Galvin. Bolton rounds first, rounds second, and he's getting down at third base, and he is going to be called safe at third base. So that one was scorched. A line drive to Alex Galvin, and it was just a little high and came off the glove of Galvin. And Bolton, with the speed that he had, goes all the way around to third base, and there was a bang-bang play at third base, and he is safe. And so the second run of the game is scored by Pittsburgh. They're going to cut into that lead, 8-2.
And I think that's important for Pittsburgh to do tonight, to be able to just start getting one run at a time. Get this back to be a ball game.
So a nice breaking ball. The best breaking ball we've seen tonight from Jennings. It just falls right off the table to number 5, Ty Price, for strike number 1. Bolton stands on third. The same pitch, the same result. Big swing and a miss for strike number 2. And so Blake Jennings firing back with that breaking ball. 2 quick strikes to Ty Price with a runner on third. Here's the 0-2 pitch. It's a fastball, and it's in there. No, it's not. I'm sorry. I thought he called that strike number 3. In no way can I see if it's inside or outside. I just thought by his body language he was fixing to ring him up. So 1 ball and 2 strikes from Jennings. Here's a 1-2 pitch. It's a breaking ball, a nice pitch. It was not over the plate, but a nice pitch. Trying to get that batter to chase outside. And so 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Ty Price. Jennings in control of those pitches right now. Here's a fastball, swung on and missed, and he'll sit him down this time. And so 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 man left on, but they do score 1 run here in the top of the 4th. But the Hawks are coming to bat. Let's see if they can answer. They lead 8-2. They're coming to the plate right after this here on Texarkana Game Day. Brian Bolt and Jay Davis back here live at Hawk Field, where they lead 8-2 in their first district game of the year against the Pittsburgh Pirates. We want to give a big thanks to our presenting sponsors for Texarkana Game Day's baseball season: State Bank, Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital, Total Medical Supply, Gregor Auto Group, Texana Bank, our scoreboard sponsor each and every game, Commercial National Bank. We appreciate all of our presenting sponsors for helping us bring you Pleasant Grove Hawk baseball on this beautiful but chilly Wednesday night.
Well, if Brock's going to continue his streak of RBIs, this one's got to go over the fence.
And Brock's a good-looking kid.
So
Brock's a good-looking baseball player. Brock Bearden up to bat, a big swing there. I think he may have been going for the fence right there. But he is a nice-looking center fielder. So no balls and 2 strikes quickly to him. That one going to be outside in the dirt for ball number 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's a 1-2 pitch to him. It's going to be high for ball number 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the leadoff man of the inning, Brock Bearden. The 2-2 pitch to Bearden. And so it's going to be fouled right over toward our table. If I had a glove, I could have caught it, but it'll be fouled off. No one even attempted to come over and make that catch, did they? So he'll live for another pitch. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Price on the mound for the Pirates. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Going to bring the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Brock Bearden, the center fielder for the Hawks. The payoff pitch from Price. This one going to be fouled over the backstop and over the visiting bleachers. So our count will stay full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. We have got some entertainment here at the ball field tonight. That one going to be high for ball number 4. A great at bat by center fielder Brock Bearden. And if you think we got a show going on outside the field, there is a good one being put on by the Hawks tonight, as they have a demanding lead here in the bottom of the 4th inning, 8-2. So you can hear the.
Yeah, there's a coach in Waco, Texas, that I think needs to put an eyeball on Brock Bearden.
Yeah,
Coach Rodriguez with the Baylor Bears.
I think everybody needs to take a look at him. He's got the size to be a college baseball player. He's got the speed. And we have seen him do a good little piece of hitting tonight, and we saw his arm from center field earlier. So Brock Bearden may be the total package. But right now, Brenton Clark's going to step up to the plate. He's going to hit that one right back to the pitcher. They throw it to second base and get the out and over to first. That'll be our first double play of the night. It will be a nice double play to retire Bearden and Clark. And so number 10, Traveler Couch, will step up to the plate.
And that is huge for Pittsburg to get those two runners off the board and possibly get them out of this inning with no runs being scored.
So Ty Price on the mound for the Pirates. His first pitch, an off-speed pitch, going to be low and inside for ball number 1. The 1-0 pitch, going to be high for ball number 2. Tonight's broadcast being brought to you by Total Medical Supply. Total Medical Supply provides quality, efficient, and innovative products and services to help people live healthier and happier lives. Please visit www.tmscares.com to learn more or call 1-877-670-1120 to speak to a representative. Speak to real people, not robots. Total Medical Supply, providing quality care. So 3 balls and 1 strike to Traveler Couch. Ty Price, the 3-1 pitch. This one's going to be swung on and hit. Another base hit for the Hawks. Going to be driven right over the shortstop's head. And that'll be down for a 2-out single for Traveler Couch. That's going to bring up number 7, J.M. Long.
Number 7, third baseman.
J.M. Long, the third baseman for the Hawks tonight. He's had a good night tonight as well. So J.M. at the plate. Cade Martin, the designated hitter, awaits on deck. First pitch to him going to be inside for ball number 1. Traveler Couch on first base, 2 outs.
He has spent a lot of his evening over there on first base.
Yes, he has. Yes, he has. Wouldn't be surprised to see him take off. This one's going to be swung on but fouled over toward the Lady Hawks softball field. That'll be strike number 1. Going to even up the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Tonight's broadcast, some of our game time sponsors: Conterra, Dr. Pepper, Browning Homes, Express Employment, Kelly Ashbrook State Farm, Sports Magic, Live Wire, Red River Lumber, Phone Pros, TXK Marketing, Complete Computing Systems, and Brian Bolt Shelter Insurance. And so, just as we said moments ago, we would not be surprised to see Traveler Couch take off. He takes off and is safe into second base with 2 balls and 1 strike to his counterpart, J.M. Long, who stands at the plate. And so now, with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th, J.M. Long has a runner in scoring position. Here's a 2-1 pitch. It's going to be a fastball, swung on and missed, and that'll be strike number 3 with no scoreboard. I thought it was 2-1, but it's 2-2, and so the Hawks don't score any runs there, but they did have 1 hit and 1 man left on, but no run scored for the Hawks. Blake Jen is going to trot back out for the Hawks, and so we're headed to the to the top of the 5th when we come back right here on Texarkana Game Day.
We are excited to announce here at Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital that we have expanded our capabilities to better serve our community. As a hospital, we have the capability for inpatient services. After your outstanding emergency care, we can smoothly transition you into one of our new inpatient rooms that have telemetry monitors in every room to continue your concierge medicine care. While our patients continue receiving their care in their inpatient suites, we also make sure that your loved ones are taken care of with our outstanding facilities. Our added services include a procedure room and also the capability of MRIs. With our imaging, we are able to offer outpatient, inpatient, and emergency room, MRI, CT, ultrasound, and X-ray. We are honored by your support and look forward to serving all your future medical needs.
Jax Ramsey up to bat for the Pirates. He's taken one low for ball number one, and he fouls that one over the backstop for strike number one. So 1 ball and 1 strike. After 4 complete innings, the Pleasant Grove Hawks in charge of this ball game, 8-2 over the visiting Pittsburg Pirates. Brian Bolt and Jay Davis here at Hawk Field, bringing you some chilly baseball action here with Texarkana Game Day. We appreciate everyone from tuning in here, whether you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, or on the Texarkana Game Day app. We appreciate you for tuning in. Here's one right back to Blake Jennings. What a good athlete. He gets over, scoops it up, and Jay scoops it up twice. He scoops it up off the ground, tries to get it out of his glove to make the play at first, and drops it and scoops it up again and just makes it look so routine.
He does have a big smile on his face right now.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, he does. And so a nice athletic play by him to come off of that mound and scoop the ball up twice to make the first out of the inning over at first base. And then he turns around and throws one heck of a breaking ball for strike number 1 to number 3 Dalton Hall, the catcher for the Pirates.
Yeah, these last 2 to 3 innings, he's had that breaking ball working for him. There's another one.
A nice job there, a big swing and a big miss. So Blake Jennings just getting better as the game goes on. They've had people warming up in the in the bullpen 3 times so far, but coach just has not pulled him yet. And talking about that breaking pitch, he throws 1, he throws 2, he throws 3, and just like that, he's going to head down. Going to head over to the dugout and sit down. The ball was actually dropped. And so the runner could have advanced over to first, and then when Josh Brown tried to throw it around the horn, it went out into the outfield, so the runner could have advanced to first base and possibly second. But nonetheless, he gives up his right to run and heads to the dugout. That'll be the second out of the inning, and that'll bring up number 7, Josh Cummings. So 1 ball and no strikes. Now there's a strike. That one's going to be swung on and fouled to the backstop. Going to even up our count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Jay, I'm kind of starting to get hungry over here. I was supposed to get a hot dog for the game.
Well,
I never got it.
I haven't seen any food hit our table.
Oh, a nice breaking ball. And that one's going to be scooped up and thrown over to first base, right over Jennings' head. But that's no problem. Brenton Clark comes running in from his shortstop position, scoops it up barehanded and over to Traveler Couch at first base for the 3rd out of the inning. And so no runs, no runs, no men left on, and let's see, no errors, no hits, no anything. And so we're going to head to the bottom of the 5th inning where the Hawks lead 8-2 over the Pirates. The Hawks are on fire, and we'll be right back on Texarkana Game Day.
Providing excellent customer service while keeping everyone safe is a top priority here at State Bank. We are making your banking experience safer and easier with our new curbside banking program. Almost anything you need to do inside the branch can now be accomplished with curbside banking. Need to open an account, pick up a debit card, or hands-on help with mobile banking? Just pull into a designated curbside spot, call the number on the sign, and a State Bank team member will come assist you quickly. We are excited to bring you this convenience and are thankful to serve you. Your family, your bank, State Bank.
Welcome back to Hawk Field. Brian Bolt and Jay Davis on the call where the Hawks lead 8-2, and we're headed to the bottom of the 5th. Speaking of Jay Davis and speaking of Texarkana Game Day, tonight's broadcast being brought to you by State Bank, your local bank for all of your personal and business banking needs. Visit statebankofdecab.com or stop by any of their locations and see the friendly folks over at State